We're out of Jacksonville. If you're a player down there, would you prefer the team, if they're revamping that quarterback spot, go after a Foles or a Flacco as a veteran player rather than reinvest or take a chance at that young guy?
Yeah, I think, with the team that they currently have, they just came off a run last year. And so it's hard to bring a young quarterback in and expect a young quarterback to gel with the veteran guys and lead them on the run. That typically doesn't happen. So why not bring in, a guy like Flacco or Nick Foles, a veteran guy that has played a lot of football, that will gel with those veteran guys, and possibly be able to get them on another run, through the playoffs.
What, from 3,000 miles away, through your TV most of the time, what did you see went wrong in Jacksonville coming off that big year last year?
Yeah, I just think, for one, the expectations, maybe the pressure of the expectations seemed to get to the guys, and they just didn't come with the same passion early in the season. And I just think there was some things going on in the locker room, that tore that team apart. I really believe that at the end of the day, that's really caused the demise of the Jaguars more than talent, because they had the talent. It was just issues, in my opinion, in the locker room that guys just didn't respond.
Speaking of Leonard Fournette, comes off a big year, a disappointing year. As a guy who's been through it, can you bounce back from that? And how much of it is learning just how to be a pro, and as a young guy?
Yeah, I think you hope he can bounce back from it, but I think that's a big part of it, is learning how to be a pro, learning what's expected of you, but also learning how you should lead, as one of the best players on that team. Whether he wants to or not, he's a leader. He's looked at by a lot of those guys in the locker room as someone that can get it done on the field, and so they expect him to lead them. And just some of his actions off the field, the stuff with the fight, jumping into a fight, I don't think he realized the expectations and the position that he's in, and let's hope he learn from it, because the guy got a ton of talent.
LT, do you feel like that Phillip Rivers gets the respect he deserves, being one of the greatest quarterbacks that the game has seen?
No, of course he doesn't.
What do you think we could do to change that narrative, to get him in the eyes of the Bradys, the Mannings?
I don't know, man. He's played in a market, that nobody really pays attention to. Nobody really, it's all about the East Coast market, and rightfully so. And when you think about it, the West Coast teams tend to get forgotten about a lot. Just look at the West Coast teams throughout the years. Even when Seattle went on their run, they didn't get talked about like they should have. And so I think that's just the way it is, because Phillip has played on the West Coast. But over the next couple of years, if he continues to win and he goes on playoff runs and makes it to this game, I think we're going to have to talk about it.
Come Monday morning, who do you think will be the bigger story? Todd Gurley having a great game, or Sony Michel helping his team possibly win the Super Bowl?
I don't know yet. I don't know how healthy Todd is yet. I got to wait and get some info on how healthy he is.
Okay.
Hey, LT.
Thank you.
I'm Max from the Panthers. I talked to you right after Norv was hired. And we talked about Christian and what he might be able to do in this offense. After seeing the year he had, how would you just assess what Norv and Christian were able to accomplish? He nearly had 1,000 receiving and rushing. It seemed like things worked pretty well with them.
Well, situations like that, it's a perfect storm. Meaning, Christian is the one playmaker on that team that can do it all. Meaning, he can rush the ball for him and he can catch it. And unfortunately, in my opinion, because they had some young guys at the wide receiver position, and Funches really didn't he didn't have the season that we expected him to have. They had to get the ball to Christian as much as possible. DJ Moore is a young player. He's going to be really good. But he was young. He didn't know what he didn't know, And so it was that's why I say it's the perfect storm of having to utilize Christian as much as possible. But he was the playmaker, on that team all year.
You think? What do you think the future has in store for him? Obviously,
I think it's bright. I think he's going to continue to excel. And I think we're going to see much of what we saw this year. Him being able to do everything.
we got to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.